Welcome back to Round of the Bases Extra Innings. 4 final questions with Don Carter. We'll go rapid fire here. The first one is this. You really ran for mayor, right?
I did not really run for mayor. I announced that I was going to run for mayor.
Okay.
And that was right before the things that kind of launched the stuff in my book came about. So I actually had a meeting. No, I would not. I would not be a good mayor. I would be a great inspirational leader, maybe.
Okay.
I see that the job of the mayor is pretty tough. And I actually had a meeting with the mayor at the time because he called. I requested a meeting with him, and he really just sort of brought it home for me, brought some gravity to it. And I was like, yeah, my family needs me more than the city needs me right now. And so that's really what kind of shifted it for me, where I postponed it. But I've thought about some of that a little bit more. I may look at it a little bit later.
I think you can do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
You can do that, better than that, whatever you want to do. By the way, just a reminder, check out the full audio version of the podcast wherever you get your podcasts, Rounding the Bases. Very deep discussion about grief with Don Carter. His book, Love with No Place to Land, is a must read. My second question for you as we round the bases, tell me about, you already referenced helping a young lady get to nursing school, and it landed you on the Steve Harvey show. What was that like?
Yeah, that was a great surprise. Doing something, I think it was at the time, it was 2017, just transitioning from, I think, the Obama years to the Trump years, and people were just sort of feeling the tension of something, and they just wanted a feel-good story. I was so shocked that something so simple made such a big impact. But I had all sorts of news outlets and media and TV shows reaching out. Steve Harvey was the one that made it work the quickest. Ellen DeGeneres called too, but they couldn't own the story because some of it already gone out. But it was really fun and fascinating to see how that realm worked. And that's actually where I announced that I was running for mayor, which was so crazy.
But in the end, $15,000 raised. What was the inspiration there?
Yeah, I really just rolled through this Popeyes in my neighborhood and had this 30-second conversation with the girl. Her name's Shawana Mays, and she just looked tired. I felt tired. I was sort of processing my ideas of kindness and such. And I was like, yeah, I can relate to that, which is what I think kindness means, is like reflecting, likeness in someone. And so I just said, it'll be over soon. It was like 20 minutes before they closed. And she was like, yeah, but I got to be here tomorrow. So I just asked what she wanted, what she did besides that. And as I drove away, literally 30-second conversation, I just kind of had this notion try to figure out how to help her. By the time I got home, I had a voice, an idea. It was like, you should pay for her to go to nursing school. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that. Don't know how much it costs. Don't have the money. But I just shared the story on my Facebook page. And then immediately people just started yep, I'm in. 15 hours later or 12 hours later, it was like $1,500. A week later, it was $15,000. Steve Harvey gave her another $5,000. It was a crazy few months of media storm.
Oh, so cool. You can never predict these things. But kindness plays. Third question, as we round the bases. I didn't see it yet, but I was with you before the start of your comedy career. You were getting ready to celebrate your birthday in a unique way. Tell me about that and how that is, I don't know, affected you.
Yeah, embracing fear is really what it was. Big fan of comedy, or I wouldn't even say that. I just have enjoyed it more over the last few years. And was with my wife, went to a comedy club or went by one. And I was like, because I didn't even know it was there. Went in, saw what kind of shows they had. And then they said they had open mics on Thursday. And when they said it, I immediately felt afraid. And I was like, oh, I guess that means I have to do it. And so a few weeks went by, and I happened to be, my publisher was who I was actually talking to. And they said, your birthday is actually on a Thursday. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll just give myself that as a birthday gift. And so I showed up. I thought about some things for a few days, but I didn't write anything. And I went in there, did a 3-minute set, blacked out. I have no memory or recollection of it, except my wife's face when I came off. She was like, I can't believe you did that. And I was like, all right,
so cool.
It was liberating. I'll just say that.
Okay, so we'll end it with this, the walk-off question. Speaking of liberating, how liberating was putting your emotion, your thoughts, and your words into a book that was so personal?
Yeah, I don't know yet. Um, I did it with fear and trepidation, with a lot of struggle. Even writing it was a struggle. Revisiting things that I was seemingly past already, but it reawakened them and got me to a deeper place. And so now that the book is out, I didn't realize that it was as big of a deal as it is to me, and potentially for other people. And so I'm still discovering how liberating it is. I'm going to do a lot of work helping people at least experience it this year. And it's just a level up for me. But it still feels edgy. It still feels like I'm not, yeah, it's scary. I'll just say
Yeah.
that. And so
Yeah.
the liberation is just every day when I'm looking at it and owning the fact that, yeah, I'm an author. And so let's see what that means.
Yeah. 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 All good things. I really believe that. Everybody should check out the book. It's available on Amazon. Love with No Place to Land, Don Carter. Check out our audio version of the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Again, Don, appreciate it. And we will continue these discussions offline.
All right, brother. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Don.